Hi. Hello. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, so I'm gonna try to stretch and do this review. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but we're gonna try it. So, I saw Wish. Yeah, I saw that movie. I watched it. I paid for it. I went to the theater. I went tonight, which is Wednesday, not really a popular cinema night, but I went tonight and there was one other person in the theater. I don't know if he even paid for it, but I could have sworn when I put in my seats there were like three people there, but maybe they didn't show up. I don't know. Three of the seats reserved. Anyway, I'm gonna be serious with you here. I kind of wanted to hate this movie because I love to hate movies. I had an issue with the trailer to start, and that issue, first of all, Check's got a squeaky, so I'm really sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it. The issue with the trailer was I was not super feeling the animation style, just because it's obvious in the trailer that Asha has her hair in the movie, right, is very detailed, and they also showed her at this tree that had leaves and flowers and stuff on it that was also very detailed. But then I noticed her little goat sidekick, that had fur. The fur was not detailed. And then there was another, the bad guy, or there was this other obviously prominent male character that had eyebrows, and his eyebrows were barely detailed. So I was like, this is odd to me. But okay, so I actually saw the movie, and it had kind of a rough start. I will admit that, but I actually ended up liking it. Didn't love it, but I liked it. I started watching two reviews of this movie, but I stopped watching both because I was I want to have my own thoughts entirely on this, and I don't want any spoilers. So I stopped watching both of them, and then I saw it for myself, and it turned out to be okay. I I have two simultaneous thoughts about the. Maybe I should put you lower. I don't feel like lining up the shot again. I have two simultaneous thoughts about the animation style. So, I both liked and disliked it, simultaneously, honestly. I was kind of annoyed that, like, the things in the foreground, the characters or whatever was in the foreground, were all kind of 3D, but the backgrounds looked like 2D. The backgrounds looked like kind of like a picture book, honestly. Uh, so I didn't love the animation, but my simultaneous thought on it was, I'm actually happy though that Disney Pixar was trying something new. They didn't just go to their default style that every fucking thing is in now. Frozen was in that style. Frozen 2 was in that style. Whatever the fuck else. I don't feel like naming other shit. Nothing's coming to mind right now. But yeah, so I didn't love the style, but at the same time, I appreciated that they actually were trying something new. So yeah, there's a pretty rocky start. About 15-20 minutes into this movie, I was like, I'm not liking this. This is annoying me. But in all seriousness, they were really able to pull themselves together, and I actually did end up liking the story and the movie by act 2, act 3. I actually did like it, honestly. Wasn't crazy about it. but just from the like fragments of reviews that I watched, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna hate this. And the 15-20 minutes in, I was like, oh man, it's not looking good. And then like as time went on, I was like, okay, I actually kind of like this movie. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't love it. Check, it's okay. You want to squeak? Look what Check has. I probably bought these. Oh, Check's in a shot. I probably bought these because of the star in the movie. I just went to the store right after the movie. That's all he wants to do. He just wanna squeak. So that's probably what he's gonna do now. It came in a pack of 3, and he's already killed 2 of them. So hold on. Here's the other one. There's a blue one too, but I think he destroyed it already. I don't know where it is. Okay. I thought that there was a little star character pretty similar to this, honestly. I thought the star character was so cute. She was so freaking cute and adorable and fun and cool to watch. I didn't love Asha's character, but I didn't really hate her. I definitely didn't hate her. Definitely didn't hate her at all. I didn't love her character though, and I'm real sick of Disney like making almost the same exact protagonist, like female protagonists. Like, I'd be real tired of it. Asha was very similar to Rapunzel. She was very similar to, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name in oh Christ, I'm tired. Okay. What the fuck is that movie called? Encanto. She was also similar to whatever fucking awkward shit they're making. I don't want to see awkward protagonists anymore, honestly. Unless they have a legitimate reason for being awkward. Like I'm really sick of it. I know that awkward is like the mood and the moment right now, but I am fucking done with that shit, and I think that everyone is. I think that like part of that obsession is the fact that like maybe we are getting more awkward just in general because everyone's so fucking obsessed with being online and social media. So like, and people are like getting more anxious about it. So maybe they're like trying to promote that kind of behavior. But like, fam, listen, I ain't ever awkward. Like I don't do it for real. It's not my thing. I never do it. I never consent to being awkward. And when people say that I'm awkward, or when people say that they think I'm awkward, they like, first of all, don't fucking know what they're talking about, and second of all, do not have the social grace that I do. So like maybe they're uncomfortable about something, but I'm ain't. Or if I am, like, you're not gonna know. Like, I am actually like this IRL all day, every day, for real. Okay, and I know that being on camera is a different thing than like not being on camera, but like I don't do awkward. Period. And I really haven't, like, awkward started being like a term that was like really thrown around when I was like a teenager, and I guess it's just done nothing but gain traction since. And like, I don't want to see like awkward movie characters being so prominent anymore. Something that really annoys me about everything that Tom Holland is in is like, he's always awkward as fuck, and I know that he's actually cool. Like, it's so obvious in all his interviews. He's like not awkward at all. Like, yeah, he is like a certain type of way, but he's like not a fucking awkward guy, and you can tell that he's putting on such an act when he's being Spider-Man. He's being like like fucking stammering. Like, Jesus Christ, take a breath, stop stammering. Anyway, yeah. I don't like the awkwardness. I think it's also an attempt at humor. Like, it's supposed to be funny that she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's not funny. And I stand by what I said in just about probably every other fucking movie review that I've made recently, which is like, why aren't there any funny jokes? I'm asking. Why? Like, none of the jokes are actually funny. None of the things that are attempts at jokes are actually funny, like, at all. At all. What I didn't like about this movie was, first of all, it's 100 years. It's like they're doing like 100 years celebration thing, for Disney. What happened to your toy? He's still squeaky. Oh, I wish you guys could see him. He's so cute. He's got his little hands up. Um, they're like celebrating the fact that Walt Disney Company is 100 years old now, and this movie was kind of commemorating that fact, which is like, I think it was kind of lackluster, honestly, for a celebration of 100 fucking years, which is really something to be proud of. So what they did in this movie is like they had these 7 characters that were Asha's friends, and they were actually, all of them were kind of reimaginings of the 7 dwarfs. So there was like Sneezy was this allergies guy. Doc was this woman that wore glasses and used a crutch. Dopey was this cutie pie that's kind of actually my type, who also looked like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Who else was there? There was just one gal who like kept disappearing and reappearing, and she would just show up. But anyway, so their whole like appearance was like a reference to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And there was also at one point where something was being drawn on paper, and it was very clearly the Mickey. Ooh, we're doing Disney now, fam. Let's see if we can do it. Ready? Yeah, so that was a clear reference in the movie. Okay, let's get back to the actual movie. Okay, fam, I didn't like the songs. I truly, like, they were okay as far as songs go, but I just felt like their deliveries were really off. I felt like there were actually too many songs. Like, the villain, I'm pretty sure he got 2 songs, and one of them wasn't like a reprise. It was like he actually got 2 different songs. So the reprise is like in Aladdin, obviously, because I'm gonna try to bring up Aladdin as much as humanly possible. At the end, when Jafar is singing, he's singing the reprise of Prince Ali. He's like, Prince Ali happens to be merely Aladdin. So it's not really like a full blown song. He's just kind of like doing a little riff with the tune, and he's like, sucks that I'm revealing his character, haha, I'm the bad guy, you know what I mean? But so anyway, the first song that Asha sang with the king, if you were a visually impaired person and you happened to walk into that movie like right as that song was being sung, don't mess up my shot, pirate. Don't do it. If you were a visually impaired person and you happened to walk into that movie right as that song was being sung, you with like no context given, you would probably think it was a love song. Like, for real. And this was with Asha, who was supposed to be 18, and the king, who was like 40s. It just was not. It was a song they sang together, and I did not appreciate it because I felt that it was weird. With the context, it's not as weird, but no context, it's like, why would you do that? Listen, I miss Howard Ashman so much. I really do. Oh my god. He is, I would say, wholly responsible for the Disney Renaissance that happened in the late 80s and early 90s. Because he knew what he was doing with all the songs that he wrote, and what's so cool about all the songs in the Disney Renaissance movies, and I would also go so far as to say that this happened with Frozen a little bit too, is like they just seamlessly blend perfectly into the movie. Like every time a character starts singing, it makes sense why they're singing their song, and their song is exactly what they want to say, exactly the information that needs to be conveyed in the moment. But like with this, I felt like it was like rather forced, and I did not like the songs, and that's on Julia Michaels and Ben Rice. Like, sorry, y'all. They were good songs. Okay, like if you took them out of the context of the movie, I would say they were perfectly fine songs. But I feel like now every Disney movie is like trying so hard to be the next like Broadway show, and it's like they're like, oh, like maybe this can be a Broadway show. It's like, okay, but can it be a movie, a standalone movie first? Is my question. Yeah, there were some. There was. I'm not kidding about this. There was a song where there was this recurring line that was, "We are all our own origin story." Trash. It was not a good song. So what I did like about this movie was I liked that it had a villain. It like actually had a villain, like for real. And he started out like not seeming so bad. He started out seeming like he was okay. And then as time went on and he got more power hungry, he got scarier and scarier, which I appreciated. And I also appreciated the fact that I feel like this movie was trying to convey that, like, people in positions of power often abuse it. Disney. um, and that people in positions of power aren't necessarily, shouldn't always necessarily be trusted just because they are in a position of power. Um, yeah, so that was cool that they were doing that. And what was really cool, spoiler alert, was like it got to the point. So the villain, shocker, was the king. That was made pretty clear within within Act One. So it wasn't really a surprise. It's not really a surprise. Like anyone who's ever watched a movie in their entire life like should know that he was the villain from the jump. But anyway, what I thought was cool was like he got so outrageous that even his queen wife was like, I'm not gonna stand for this. So that was cool. Um, I feel like it's really, I feel like that going back to the seven friends thing, that was like very odd. That was very strange. Like you don't have, that's too many people, okay? That's too, like, you don't have a friend group of like seven people, of like eight people, and you're one of the eight, you know. Um, I liked the color palette. Um, it could have been a little better, but it was like pretty good. Um, trying to see if there's anything else that I wanted to say. Okay, okay. I didn't like the credits. And this is serious. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, like the credits don't have anything to do with the movie. They actually do. They're a part of the fucking movie. Like, sorry about it. Um, the credits were weird because we had this movie and only a fucking film nerd like me would likely have noticed the fact that those seven friends were modeled after the seven dwarfs, okay? This was its own movie. This was its own story, right? So in the credits, we had all these Disney characters from different movies entirely. Like there was like Bambi was there, Snow White was there, what's his name from Treasure Planet was there. I was like, what the fuck? These assholes were not in the movie? I feel like there used to be more of an effort made to ensure that parents and adults who are seeing this movie with kids were also entertained. Like there would be like adult jokes, thrown in there, and there kind of weren't really any in this movie. Oh my gosh, I thought the mushrooms were so cute. They were not in a lot of the movie, but they were there a few times and they were freaking adorable. I thought they were so cute. Trying to think of anything else I can say. Look who's here. Oh, okay. Well, I thought of this. And that's that people are always like, oh, like the magic of Walt Disney is gone. Like all the magical aspects of it is gone. And like, I mean, facts probably, because Walt himself died in 1966, and actually the Little Mermaid was a movie that he always wanted to make, but he wasn't able to make it within his lifetime. And they had like concept art and stuff for it, but it wasn't made until 1989, which is decades after his death. But listen, I tend to agree that there's like little to no magic left. These movies used to be so special. Don't go, please don't go. These movies used to be so awesome. These movies used to be such a thing. I remember when Mulan came out. I was trying to watch it with my friend, and we went to the theater, okay? Obviously, one of our parents took us, but, like, we went to the theater, and they were sold out. Like, sold the fuck out, fam, okay? So it was a really serious thing to experience these movies as they came out. And I came to a conclusion, again, during the credits, which is that I don't even think people aren't going to the theaters because they don't want to pay money or they don't want to actually physically go there. I think they're not going to the theaters because they don't want to sit through the ads and the commercials. Truly. I think that's the reason. Like, I think they would actually be happy to go if the ads were worth watching, which they used to be worth watching. I'm going to make a whole separate video about that, and maybe I'll even edit it. But, like, I'll be real fucking tired of them advertisements and trailers and shit before pissing me off. Okay, I was going to say something about, oh my god, okay, listen. I'm serious about this. Last decade, probably the beginning of this one too. And I'll even talk about the VHS, the blue one, in a minute. But listen, the title screen for the Walt Disney Company, when it says, when it's the castle, it's the little spark, and it's the song from Pinocchio, the when da na 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 da na 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 na. You know the one. We're gonna do this until I get it. I don't even know if I can get it on this thing because it only has 17 notes and no black notes. You get the idea. I'm saying that title screen, that little doo-doo-doo with the star that would go to the top of the castle, and then it would go ba, ba, ba. That used to make me cry. I am not exaggerating. I would tear up every time I saw that shit in front of a movie. Like, I fucking cried when I saw it in Frozen, okay? I did. I'm serious. And now, I don't give a fuck. Because you're gonna make me sit there and watch 25 minutes of shitty advertisements and shitty trailers. By the way, I don't know if this is playing nationally, but it's playing where I fucking live. There's a commercial for bubbly something that's like, summer's almost over. Bubbly water's fun. Moron, it's fucking November 29th. Summer ain't almost over, it is over. But you're gonna show me this fucking commercial? I'm saying by the time they get to the spark and the song, ba-na-na, I'm like, oh my god, how long has it fucking been? When is this movie gonna start? I ain't crying anymore because it no longer touches me. And that's something that Disney should really be concerned about and should be worried about and should be working on, but they're not. Okay, we can talk about the trailers because we've gotten this far, so why not? I'll just list what the trailers are. What the trailers were for this movie. The musical Color Purple. Migration. It was a Garfield movie. Wonka. Inside Out 2. What? Who fucking casted Timothée Chalamet as Wonka? I want to know. Because that was a mistake. Really and truly, and you can tell in the trailer. Sweet Thang is great. I'm a fan of his. I really do enjoy his work in all seriousness. But he's too cool to be playing Wonka. He's not weird enough. He's not awkward enough. He's not strange enough. He can move pretty well, but I would actually say that's a disadvantage. Because he's supposed to look odd. And I can tell from the trailer it's not the part for him, but you're still gonna cast him. Like, okay. I really would prefer to have an actor who's in his 30s be playing Wonka, because like Timothée be too young. What is up with all these fucking big ass studios not taking a cue from Cameron? I want to know. Cameron makes the effort. He purposely, when he's doing a new movie, when he's doing a brand new fucking movie, I don't even know if he has brand new stories in him, in all seriousness, because he's going to be doing Avatar 4 or 5, and there might even be a 6th one, I don't fucking know. But I'm saying, like, he made the effort for Titanic and Terminator and Avatar to get these actors that are not well known. He did that on purpose. That was deliberate. Okay? And the reason he did that was so that you would actually be looking at the story. You would actually be paying attention to what the trailer is, and not being like, oh, hey, there's that famous guy from that other movie that just came out last year. Like, Zoe Saldana is so beautiful, and she was in quite a few things before she was in Avatar, but like, Avatar was a big fucking deal. And Sam Worthington, as far as I'm aware, wasn't really in anything prior to Avatar that I'm aware of. But that's what I'm saying, is that you look at the trailer and you're like, wow, that movie looks so cool. I don't know who that is, but that movie looks dope. Same with fucking Titanic. My point is, I'm sick of seeing Timothée Chalamet. I'm sick of seeing Tom Holland. I'm sick of seeing Zendaya. Okay? I'm sick of all of it. You know who else I'm fucking sick of? And I'm gonna go here and I don't give a shit. What's his name? He's so cute. Dylan Sprouse? Is it Cole Sprouse? Fucking sick Cole Sprouse. I want to see new people. I want to see new human beings doing cool shit. I'm real sick of Joaquin Phoenix, and I don't know why the fuck you cast him to play Napoleon, because he's too old. Anyway, I enjoyed this movie. I would give it a 6 out of 10, which is really high coming from me. Really. Especially for a Disney movie. If you have young kids, here's the other thing I thought about it is like, if I were a young kid, if I were 7 years old watching this movie, I would have loved it. I would have had no issue with it. I would have thought it was awesome, but I'm much older than 7. And I'm a tough critic. I'm very hard to please. So, yeah, if you have kids and they like watching movies, by all means, take them to see Wish. You'll probably enjoy it. It's not Frozen or anything, but like, it's pretty good. I think that's all I'm going to say for now. I've said a lot. Do you want to say anything, Chick? Okay, I can't play that one song that I was trying to play because this doesn't have black notes, but I can play another one.